Alrighty guys, we're back for some Rakdos Burn, or Rakdos Control, whatever you want to call it, honestly. And this is an Alchemy build, but don't worry guys, we got plenty of standard decks planned for this week. I mentioned it a few times before, I just want to sprinkle some Alchemy videos here and there, you know, especially with all the new cards and whatnot. So yeah, let's go over the deck list and hop into some normal play mode this time around, because I don't know if this one's going to be good enough for ranked, honestly, but you never know. But hey, first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat, and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well. Additionally, guys, we do have that sub goal set all the way up at 1,000, and you guys are crushing that goal so far, so thank you so much to everyone. All the subscriptions, all the likes, all the comments, y'all are awesome, so thank you. All right, so we got 4 Play with Fires, 2 Spikefield Hazards, we got 4 Painful Bonds, Undercity Plunders, Frenzied Geistblasters, and Molten Impacts. Lots of new cards there. I'll go over the new cards after we just show you what's in the deck. We got 1 Soul Servitude, 4 Igneous Inspirations, 3 Invoke Despairs, 4 Invoke Calamities, 2 Professor Onyx. In the mana base, we do have the Hive, the Abandoned Mire, the Den of the Bugbear, the Crucible, and a ton of dual lands here. And generally speaking, we're going to play the Pathways and the Forsaken Crossroads on red, most likely. Just something to bring up there. So new cards, Painful Bond. Draw 2 cards, then cards in your hand with mana value 3 or greater perpetually gain. When you cast this spell, you lose 1 life. So my hope here is that this doesn't just end up killing us, because there's tons of cards that will end up, you know, perpetually pinging us for 1, which could be pretty bad, especially if we plan on recasting them with Invoke Calamity and stuff. But my hope here is that 2 mana draw 2 is just more valuable than, you know, getting hit for all that life. But yeah. So hopefully it's a worthwhile trade, right? Undercity Plunder. This card's ridiculous, man. This card's insane. Target opponent discards a card. Then they may discard an additional card. If they don't, conjure a duplicate of a random card from their library into your hand. It perpetually gains. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast this spell. So essentially it's 2 mana. It's either your opponent discards 2 or they discard 1, and then you essentially draw a card from their deck. There's just so much value here, guys. And then, like, yeah, recasting it off the Invoke Calamity is probably going to be really annoying for the opponent. One thing to note here is it does conjure a duplicate of a random card, so it's not a non-land card, so it's very possible you just hit a land from their deck. But even so, it seems like a really powerful card. Now, Molten Impact is another new one here. 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If excess damage was dealt this way, when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell, Molten Impact deals damage equal to the excess to target creature or planeswalker and opponent controls. So that could potentially help us take out multiple creatures with 1 card, which is obviously super valuable, right? Any other new cards? Yeah. Soul Servitude. So target player sacrifices a non-token creature. When they do, you may discard a card. If you do, conjure a duplicate of the sacrificed creature into your hand. It perpetually gains. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast a spell. So that's pretty cool, right? We only got 1 of them. I'm not sure how valuable it's actually going to be. But some noteworthy things of the deck here, guys. Generally speaking, since we're playing most things out on red, hopefully the double invokes isn't too greedy, but the concept here is, if it is too greedy, we have plenty of ways to discard the Invoke Despair with the Geistblaster, the Servitude, and even the Learn off of Igneous Inspiration, right? Instead of learning a lesson, we could just discard a card, draw a card. So we could potentially just ditch the Invoke Despair to the grave and maybe call it back when we need it later on with an Invoke Calamity, which sounds super spicy, right? Speaking of lessons, guys, we do have a lesson board over here. We got 2 Environmental Sciences, a Necrotic Fumes, Start from Scratch, Introduction to Prophecy, Mascot Exhibition, and a Confront the Past as well, which could come in handy with the Onyx, right? Okay, I think that's everything, guys. It's like I don't know how good it's going to be. I feel like it's going to be a little bit janky, but you'd never know sometimes. So yeah, let's go take it into normal play mode and see how it goes. That time round, I didn't outrace the intro video. I make it a little game. I press the button for the intro, and then I race to see if I can find the deck and click play in time. That time I did not do it. Still right into the first match though. Only what, 10 seconds there? Okay, we keep this. And we'll go right into red off the pathway. That way we have Play with Fire open. So Play with Fire doesn't hit that. I think we are going to hit face though. I'm gonna keep that on top. And we are going to go Undercity Plunder right on turn 2, right on time, right? So with the Concealing Curtains, I do wonder if they are rocking a forest. Aw, man. Wonder if they're rocking some discard as well, or some form of it. That could be really good, huh? That could end up being really good. What did they do? Why did they cast that? Question mark? I don't know what that was about, but yeah. All right, so we'll get this out tapped. And we have Painful Bond open. This is one of those things where I was gonna have Infernal Grasp in the deck. That way we could have like Infernal Grasp and Painful Bond open at the same time. But the amount of damage that the deck was gonna be dealing to itself is kind of insane. So if we Painful Bond now, so no, we let this happen. They're going to discard and draw. So, oh, nice. That's not bad for us. I think they wanted to hit Calamity there, but it depends. Okay. Not a lot we can do against a 3/4 right now, unfortunately. And it has Menace too. Right, so I see why they took the Invoke Despair. They don't want to have to sacrifice this, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Should have to wait one more turn to actually cast either of these. So we're just going to go ahead, get this down, and scry. And we're going to call... This is red, because we want to make sure we can hit the Calamity. It's not bad to keep this on top. It's just not bad to keep this on top, is it? I'm going to send it, though. And then we are going to get the Geistblaster down over the second Painful Bond, I think. Discard the Forest. Right? Right. Yes. Yeah, we don't need that. Molten Impact. Nice. Okay. Okay, this is actually a really good example of maybe I shouldn't have played this one. Maybe we should have gone Geistblaster first and saw what we got, because yeah, the Molten Impact could have, yeah, we could have saved a little bit of time there, but that's okay, especially since the Calamity hits the Despair from the grave, and it hits them really hard. Invoke Despair. Target opponent, Play with Fire. Holy cow, that hits hard. Especially since we're gonna get a really, really big swing here. That's insane, bro. GG. I mean, not GG as in we already won. I mean, like, GG as in that turn. I don't know what I mean there, but... A good game in the game of life, I suppose, is what I meant. So, oh. Now GG. That was insane. That worked out exactly as we expected. And if they didn't actually have us discard the Invoke Despair the first time, we had the Frenzied Geistblaster to discard it for us. Yeah, that worked out perfectly. I don't know what the opponent was playing though. I am relatively confused by this. Like Golgari, some Golgari something. I don't know. Let's see if we get right into the next match, guys. Yeah, that ended up working out beautifully though. That was really fun. Have you guys seen anyone else playing with the Invoke Calamity and then like also throwing in other invokes into the deck? That way they can, you know, Calamity the invokes from the grave. I don't think I've seen anyone do that yet, but I mean, it's 100% possible because it's obviously one of those combos that just seems really cool. Only one red source from the Forsaken Crossroads. Get that scry though. Keep that on top. That's fine. 100% okay. Okay, the witch comes down. And we're gonna go into... do we want to go into Geistblaster here? Yeah. I think we go Geistblaster and we'll ditch the other Geistblaster. Now we'll ditch the Play with Fire. That makes more sense to me. And instead of, like, yeah, we didn't want to ditch the Painful Bond because those extra draws could be really good. Well, now we have 2 Painful Bonds, so... we'll go Painful Bond and... Yeah, you know what? Maybe now the other Geistblaster? Nah, let's ditch the Mire. That's rough. That's rough, but we're about to make them discard, so... Okay, opponent might actually be playing some discard here, too. Like, because, yeah, so far it's mono black, so... Oh. See what they do. And we might play with fire the Cursebound Witch just to swing with this, get more damage to their face. Wow, couple Rite of Oblivions. Okay. So yeah, we'll ditch the witch now. They can always sacrifice the zombie to do that too, but I think it's just better to do this now, hit for 5. Besides, anything we get into the grave can come back off the Calamity, so... Oh, swing for 4, my bad. I don't know why I was thinking 5. Hopefully it's not discard here, because we want to be able to Painful Bond. Okay, yep, Rite of Oblivion. So they could have just done that with the Witch if we didn't pop it with the Play with Fire, so... Ooh, Inspiration. I really don't want them to have us discard these, but... They have another Rite of Oblivion ready for the other Geistblaster, potentially. I think we're just going to Inspiration their face this turn and grab an Environmental Sciences. Since we are turns away, man. We are turns away from actually invoking. Because we have to draw the invoke, we have to draw the land for it as well. So yeah, we need to have to even out the field here somehow. So Hive isn't terrible. Would rather see a dual land here, but... So what I'm going to do is we're going to Environmental Sciences, grab a mountain. We're going to drop the mountain. And then get the Geistblaster down. Maybe even discard the Hive. that what we wanted to do? If we would have grabbed a swamp instead, we could have Painful Bonded. See, by getting rid of the 5th mana here, though, yeah, I think that's still worth it, because if we get, okay. I was going to say, if we get an Invoke, then what could happen is we could top deck a land. So we have 3 red sources out there so far. So we're close to the Calamity, which is Cauldron. Yeah, opponent is playing a very scary deck, and it's not discard, by the way. It's obviously Orzhov control, which is just really powerful. So, oh, nice. Okay, so we got the land. Not for the Despair. We still need 2 more black sources for the Despair, but we're gonna do this on our turn, and we're gonna do it right now. See what we end up drawing. Soul Servitude. So we can actually play this pathway out on black as well when it comes time. Man, that non-token creature right now. We could keep it open. It sucks that the Play with Fire doesn't hit Sorin anymore. Gonna attack first. Yeah, that life gain does suck. Target player sacrifices non-token creature. Dang. That's rough, actually. So why we only have 1 Soul Servitude? Because I wasn't convinced by it, right? Okay, so we're going to get that Scry off of the Play with Fire here.
Blood for knowledge.
Soul Ripper. Nice. Very nice. Let's see what we scry. Send a land. We're looking for our invokes. Den of the Bugbear. What's really fun is when they get the Soul Ripper going, our oh my goodness, that's awesome. Okay, yeah. So when they get the Soul Ripper going, we're gonna do the Soul Servitude. Everything has soul in it. What's up with that? Nice. This is good. Maybe they don't power it up just for that, just because of that, right? Because sometimes, okay, yep, get another. The lifelink is really good against this deck, so, but we can totally survive. Let's let them swing first. See if they do this. No, they don't have any artifacts. I'm crazy. Target player. I lose 1 life. Now the question here is, do we want Soul Ripper in our hand? That's the question. I don't think we do. Although we don't need this land. We have enough for Onyx and everything. Oh, Deadly Dispute. Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it. I guess we don't get Soul Ripper. They have another one. I'm scared. Painful Bond. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna just cast it now, see what we draw. Nice. Wow, nice. Okay. Where do I start with this, right? Because we obviously... Yeah, so... Since it's 4, we'd have 1 left over here, and then we would deal 4 to the other one, and then 1 to the Sorin, bringing Sorin down to 1 so they can't -2 it. But then we still have, like, the Molten Impact open. So if we Molten Impact the Sorin... No, yeah, then one of the vampires is down to 1. Dang! Okay. So we're going to play this out on black. We are going to take out the 2 lifelink, and then ping Sorin for 1. Hopefully, because they might have like another Deadly Dispute or something. Yeah, we don't want the lifelink, right? But if we don't take out the Sorin now, it could just produce another one. I still think we just ping it for 1. Because we have plenty in the deck that can deal with Sorin. Especially even our Den of the Bugbear could double swing at it next turn. I think that's okay. Yeah, so they're kind of forced to +1 the Sorin. We have plenty of Play with Fires. We have plenty of Invokes ready to go. Yeah, an Invoke would be really, really good. That's what we want to see. We have plenty of them. We haven't seen a single one yet, so there's still 7 total Invokes in the deck. 4 Calamities, 4 Despairs. So the Hive is really, really bad for us. They don't know that. We drew an Invoke. We can't cast it. 1, 2, 3. Oh no! No, we can't cast it. Okay, well, the good news is we can power up the Den of the Bugbear. Okay, so any black source. So if they want to keep Sorin around, they want to block with the... Dang, they really are too. We're gonna make sure they can't get a vampire though with the 1 goblin. At least Soul Ripper's gone. Okay, so no vampire there. Eye Twitch. This is a game of Magic, guys, and I don't know if we can come out of this without seeing a Calamity instead of this. So, creature, repeat the process for enchantment and planeswalker, and what we need to happen here is we get a black source. We need to take out the Sorin first of all. As soon as they drop like a Lolth or something, right? They have plenty of creatures to sacrifice. I think this one was just a GG, unfortunately, but we'll see. That is a red source. GG opponent. I mean, hey, we knew that the invokes could be really, really greedy, right? Even if we were able to cast this, I think the opponent had this, honestly, guys. I really do. Super tough matches against Orzhov. Orzhov being one of the best, if not the best. I really don't know. Especially over here in Alchemy. What do you guys think the best of the best is, right? In Alchemy, I think there's still clerics running about, like Esper clerics or something that run the Glasspool Mimics. Okay, this is a good hand. I'm keeping this. I think the last match is a great example of how valuable Calamity is in a deck. It was the same thing when we did our initial burn. It was the exact same concept. Oh, scry 1. Painful Bond. Okay, we'll keep it. We'll keep it on top. One of the inspirations is fine. We're keeping the land. We have 1 red out there. Do we play this on red? I think the first one we play on red. We'll get the Geistblaster down, and I will discard the inspiration, believe it or not. So double inspirations in the grave is not bad at all. So an Invoke Despair. Man, we knew it was greedy, but I hope it works out again here. Anyways, a Calamity with double inspirations is really good. Discard 2 cards? Bro. At this rate, I'm guessing the Molten Impact isn't going to do a lot. At this rate, right? Another Invoke Despair. Oh no. Oh no, guys. Alright, well, we'll get our first black source down. Man, where's my Calamity? I hope we draw it. We're gonna do this now. That way we can get a swing with the Geistblaster in. Ooh! Ooh! Okay, Invoke Calamity is in hand. The question is, are we going to have to discard it soon? I hope not, because, you know, the first Calamity, we could go both of the Inspirations, get some lessons, or we could go the Despair here. Okay, that's enough. That's enough, deck. We only have 3 of the Invoke Despairs in here. They're like, what is one card they can't cast right now? And let's give all of those. Get a swing here, though. Field of Ruin isn't too bad for us. We do have our other... Oh, nice, nice. Wow. Holy cow. We might die here soon if we don't do something. Okay, Haunted Ridge is actually pretty good, so that's our second black source, right? And we have our third black source here, so we need one more to cast the Despairs out of our hand. So, Calamity is going to be I don't know. I think both of the Inspirations over the Impact, right? Inspiration kill, and grab some cards to hand. Or how do I want to do this? Molten Impact, right? And then the Inspiration, because Molten Impact can do the excess damage to something else. So Impact, and then we want to deal, I guess we'll take out the Ghast, and then Inspiration, and then the extra from the Molten Impact will go over to the Expert here. Oh, I did those out of order, didn't I? I did. You had to click the other one first. Darn it! Well, we knew what I wanted to do. Okay, Environmental Sciences. And this will eventually do an extra 3 damage to something. So, I mean, that's noteworthy when we could ping something else. That's huge. That was actually a huge turn for us. So, recast the dragon, swing for 6 potentially. Anyways, yeah, so anything we cast here, we can do... Oh no! The Lolth, bro. Okay, we gotta save a blocker back. I can't believe I did that out of order, but really it didn't matter because we would have just taken out an Expert, whereas now we can actually hit other things. Right, so we'll get this down on black. I think the life gain from this is pretty valuable. And then we'll do 3 damage to the Ebon Death, right? Then again, we can take out Lolth right now. No, we're at 6. We're at 6. We don't want to mess this. Don't want to mess around with a 5/2 flyer.
My will cannot be denied.
Grab the other swamp, so that way we can actually cast the Invoke Despair next turn. What if I discard this and they have us discard cards? Yeah, what the heck? Let's do it. A Painful Bond. Okay, we'll save that for now. We gotta save some blockers. End turn. I'm scared, guys. This is another good game, though. Another decent match here. Target player reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. Bro, they did not. They did not. Okay, I'm going to activate Painful Bond. No. I'm going to activate Painful Bond after because we could draw a Calamity. Yeah, well, that was easy for them, right? I should have known I was going to get punished for discarding one of the Despairs. So their Lolth is safe here. I mean, this isn't a trade. They're gonna get more spiders, but... Oh no, we just got a couple land. But if they really want to get a couple more spiders right now, then that is a-okay with me.
A gift.
Because then the Lolth dies. Yeah, that's pretty good for us.
Aren't I generous?
Okay. Geistblaster is not a bad card to see here. We're gonna get rid of the Bloodfell Caves, because we might need the Hive. Undercity Plunder is pretty good, isn't it? Target opponent. It's a sorcery, so it's not like we could do that as like a combat trick to kill spiders off or anything. Each of these spideys have menace, so... Haunted Ridge. Okay. A double block into one spider is just terrible for us, but I still think we keep it all back. Because if we swing here, they have 7 on the board, and all we could do is block expert, and then yeah. We can't attack, unfortunately. And with no instants in hand, this is gonna be pretty bad. Okay, 4 coming through. We don't want to forget they have the Field of Ruin for the... Okay, Ebon Death comes back. Bro, a lot of value over there. I think... Okay, Painful Bond. I think they're what? They're like Rakdos mid-range, right? That's what I would call it. Play with Fire. Does hit the Ebon Death. We can do now so they can't just recast it from the grave. But if we do it next turn, we can effectively block these Spideys a bit better. We do have the Hive, though. I think it's get the Hive down. We play with Fire the Ebon Death now so they can't just recast it. That's the problem, though, right? We're gonna block a spider, so it's gonna die. They're gonna be able to recast the Ebon Death anyways. Wait, guys, I'm crazy. Y'all are probably over there like freaking out right now. So we're gonna swing. Hit face. It didn't stick, so I think we just won. Oh my goodness, I was like so concerned about survival that I didn't see the damage we had from the prowess. Holy cow, you guys were probably freaking out like, oh no bro, don't pass turn, don't hit the Ebon Death. I almost missed lethal there, guys. Holy cow. It's a good thing I took my time. I mean, in the long run, it doesn't matter that much, right? We're just a normal play mode. But yeah, those were some fun matches, guys. This deck's pretty fun, I'd say. Let's go ahead and check it out again. Undercity Calamity is what I ended up calling the deck. And so, a few things to talk about here. You probably want to go down to 2 Invoke Despairs. It is very greedy to have here. That being said, it's not impossible to just cast this from the grave with like a Play with Fire, and that's pretty spicy, right? Invoke Calamity is insane. Absolutely insane. And Igneous Inspiration with it is incredible too. And Igneous Inspiration overall is just I feel an underrated card, as lessons just seem so valuable all the time. Like just getting those extra lessons into your hand, right? Frenzied Geistblaster, kind of an MVP in some of those matches, huh? That was pretty cool. Painful Bond, man. Is the card draw worth it? I think so. I think you're going to see a lot more of this card just in general in a bunch of different builds. I don't think it matters a whole lot how many cards it ends up making weaker by, like, when you cast a spell, you lose 1 life. I don't think that matters a whole lot. One big thing to think about is decks that gain a lot of life. It really doesn't matter then, right? Like Painful Bond is easily slotted into each of those decks, right? Anything else noteworthy here? Molten Impact was pretty cool. It's really easy to play cards out of order in this deck. As you guys saw there, I clicked the Molten Impact and Inspiration out of order from the Calamity. It ended up working out for us, but that is something to think about. Like, more practice with the deck would mean less of those arena misplays, right? Because that kind of stuff wouldn't happen on paper. I mean, Alchemy isn't on paper, but you guys get what I'm saying. Did we get to see Professor Onyx? We didn't, did we? That kind of sucks. But I don't have to tell you how strong Professor Onyx is with something like Calamity, right? On the top end, Professor Onyx just wins games on her own, which is awesome. Yeah, I don't think I'd change a whole lot except going down to Despair. The Soul Servitude was pretty bad, wasn't it? So down to Despair, down to Servitude, and maybe up some board wipes. Some burn down the house. Yeah, that would be good. That would be good in here for sure. I think that's it, guys. Hey, if you made it this far into the video, y'all are champions, and I super duper appreciate you. So, hey, I will see you in the next video.